Good day and welcome to another episode of Business and Arts here on the Contributors channel. My name is Nyakalo Lepoto. We are the channel. Basically, we are a melting pot of a whole lot of things. But on this particular playlist, we teach upcoming artists how to make money from their own art and from their own talent. Also, I've realized that a lot of us hustlers, people in business, people who want, to get there in business also like this type of content. So you're also welcome as well because whatever we put out here also is something that you relate to. Today we are going to have a topic called Stop Being a Perfectionist. And this is something that a lot of talented people, artists, and even business people, upcoming hustlers and stuff like that, people want to procrastinate. They want to wait for the perfect time, the perfect moment, the perfect product, the perfect service, the perfect song, you know, everything like that. Before we start, make sure that you subscribe, you like this video, and you also press the notification bell so that whenever we have new content, you are the first one to know about. Let's go. The first one is procrastination is a thief of time. Like I said, stop being a perfectionist. Stop being a perfectionist. So many people out there who have, like, let's say, YouTube channels, people who sing, people who have albums, people who have businesses and things like that, and they're always taking things out, and they're not necessarily the most talented of people. Somebody would tell you that he's on his fourth album. They're just putting things out. They're not procrastinating. They wake up one morning, they go into the studio, they make a song, they go out there and they set up a business out there. I know a lot of people who bake cakes, some of them, and they're not like particularly nice cakes and stuff like that, but they're always posting out there, and then they sell. They sometimes they even sell better than the people who make design and make nice cake, best tasting cakes and stuff like that. Only because these perfect ones, the ones that do well and stuff, they don't put their work out there as often as they should. So people just go for whatever is out there. And I always make an example with Kispanyo Vest. There's so many musicians out there who probably feel like they are better than Kispanyo Vest or any of the other big rappers out there. However, these people take out stuff. They don't wait for whenever. They never procrastinate. They sit down, they do their work, and they tell you, my next album is coming on such and such a date. And for sure, on that particular date, that album will be coming out. As opposed to the people who want to be perfectionists, they sit there like, no, we're still working for it. No, we're not feeling it. We'll get to it. You know how artists are. They just take their time and they're very chilled about things. They don't put deadlines on themselves. They work on feeling. They're like, no, we'll do it. Don't worry. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do it. So don't be like those people. And in the digital age, quantities are better even than quality. While people are still paying attention to you, and this is something that I've realized with Cash Money. When Cash Money was still big, they made sure that they're taking out music. Lil Wayne was releasing, and all of those people that were part of Cash Money, Young Money. Sorry, man, I'm old. I'm 40. So yeah, Young Money. They were making sure that they are taking out music, and I'm like, how many singles does this guy have? How many singles does Drake have? And Rihanna as well. They just kept taking out music, and that's what you should do as well. Just while people are still paying attention to you, keep releasing, keep releasing. 2 3 months, keep releasing. 2 3 months, keep releasing, because that's what the industry now thrives on, quantities. It does not necessarily have to be the best test song or the best test product. But while people are still talking about you, God, I've got a new album out, guys. While still people, are there. The third one is adapt an employee mentality. The one thing about artists is that they want to do things when they want to do things. This is what I've realized. But you know what employees do? They go to work even when they don't want to go to work. Unlike, people who say, no, I own my business, I'll go there when I want to go there. They know I'm a boss, you know what I mean? Even artists are like, we'll go, we'll do this, we'll do it. Those people sometimes they don't even show up for shows, don't even show up for interviews. Sometimes they show up late. They will show up not dressed for the occasion. What do employees do that is different from artistic people and let's say hustlers, business-minded people? One, they dress up for the occasion. If you go to work and you work in an office, you're gonna dress up for the office, and this is what you do as well as an artist. Dress up for going to work. If you're going to perform, dress up for performance. I think we've touched this one in the previous video about outfitting. Employees have to be on time. If they're not on time, it might get them in trouble. If you're an artist as well and you need to be somewhere, you need to perform at a certain time, you need to be somewhere for a radio interview, you need to be somewhere to shoot your video or whatever, be there on time. That's what an employee would do. Be there. Employees would work 8 hours a day. I don't expect artists to work 8 hours a day, but you need to set aside time. If it could be like 2 hours, 3 hours, like for myself, with these videos, I make sure, on such and such a time, I am here in front of, I am working. I wake up, I gather, I get in front of the camera, I dress up, and I do the show, whether I like it or not. Sometimes I'm not feeling well, but I have to do the show. Artists don't do that. Artists will say, I know I've got a flu today, I'll do it. My voice is not okay today, I'll get them, but I need to go wherever. No, you can't do that with an employee mentality. You can't say no, I'll go to work when I want to go to work. No, that thing can wait. No, it won't wait. It won't wait because your customers out there are waiting and they need to get the stuff. If you don't deliver on time, they'll move elsewhere. Your listeners out there, your fans out there, you're not the only person that they listen to. So just make sure that you have that work ethic of an employee, even though you work for yourself. Celebrate the small milestones. Celebrate yourself. And when you celebrate yourself, it's also part of content, right? You are here, you've got a YouTube video now, you have 1,000 subscribers. Celebrate that. Make a big deal out of that. Now that we have 1,000 subscribers here, we're going to have a mix. I don't know, whatever content you're putting out there. Let's say you're a DJ, for instance. Milestone. 1,000 subscribers, appreciation mix, that sort of thing. You make a big thing. You can have a party for that. You could have like special edition T-shirts for that. You could, do a special show for that particular thing. But keep tracking your progress. Set deadlines and celebrate when you achieve that. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. I know you want to have 1 million subscribers, but when you have 1,000, celebrate 1,000. When you have 3,000, when you have 5,000, celebrate that, and then it keeps so that you don't get discouraged with that. Do not rely on others for success, and I see this a lot with talented people as well. Let's say musicians, for instance. You ask Mujita, you haven't released in a while. What's happening? And the guy would say, man, a producer has gone out of town. Now I have no one producing for me. You can't do that. You can't do that. Make sure that you have a lot of people that you are in the industry with, that you are working with, that are doing stuff for you, or even better, learn to do stuff yourself. It may not necessarily be as great as the other guys, but at least your work has not stood still just because the other guy is not there. Do not rely on stuff that belongs to other people. Even for studio, there's those people, once they see that you are doing well, and they're like, no, studios are comfy to make to get your own stuff. Get your own cameras, get your own laptops, get your own sound, do your own thing. As much as you can, try and have stuff within your control. It is great to work with people, but we know people are fuck ups. And especially when you're working with black people, they tend to sabotage, especially when they see your star is rising. So make sure as much as possible you have your stuff within your control. Collaborate. This might sound like it is contradictory to my previous part. Yes, you can collaborate, but collaborate when you are self-sufficient, right? You got other people that you can work with, people from a different, let's say, a different record label, other artists from out of town, and all, just so that you're not relying on the same people. So that if this one doesn't work, there's someone else that you can work with. You're networking. When they get a project, they remember, oh no, this guy can do a hook on this song. Let's go and have that guy feature him on a second verse. Collaborate, especially when you collaborate with like the OGs if they're open, but also collaborate with the people that are coming into the industry because they're coming up with fresh ideas. They're looking at whatever the industry has been doing, the direction that the industry has been going, and they feel like they can bring something special, something different. Make sure you are with those people. Branding, we spoke about that. How to brand yourself, how to sell yourself. Be that guy that is known for particular things. Position yourself in the market. Have a name that's easy to remember and put it out there. If you can have a logo, make sure you can have a logo, but just brand yourself, even on social media. Let there be presence. People feel that, okay, this is Nyaka Lolepoto. When we hear the name Nyaka Lolepoto, we associate it with this type of thing. That's what branding is all about. Learn as much as you can. I think I've touched on this one. If you're an artist, for instance, let's say you're a musician, you're a vocalist, right? Make sure you learn an instrument. Make sure you learn how to make beats. Make sure you can operate cameras. Make sure you can operate software that edits music, that edits videos. Learn as much as you can of the things that you might sometimes have to rely on other people or maybe have to unnecessarily pay for because you have not taken the time to learn. Just make, there's so many things. For videography and photography, for instance, that is the one thing that you need to make sure that you learn when you are in the music industry. Even when you are in business, you need to showcase your work. Just take a camera and just film whatever what you're doing in your business. Edit, put some music, put some voices behind, and post on Facebook. You can't be just relying on people for things like that. You would realize that it might not necessarily be the best stuff out there, but it is something. It is something. Like I said, you don't have to be a perfectionist, just as long as it is out there. Quantities, especially when you're putting it out as often as possible, what it does is it creates momentum. Once a week, there's something that you are showcasing, there's something that you are showing us that you are doing. The last one is be open to criticism. I know a lot of great artists, good artists, they don't like being told that, no, this thing is not working. This song, the beat here, the bass line here is offbeat. They don't like being criticized on that. Stop using vulgarity unnecessarily in your music, things like that. Why you dress up like this? I know people take it. Once you point such things out, they're like, no, Nyachis, I hate, unfair to that guy. No, unfair to, no, I don't like. Just because they don't want to look inward and realize that they too are human beings. They are imperfect. They are fallible. They could have gotten certain things wrong. And when you point that out, it's not like you're pointing out that particular thing that they have done, but they take it as a personal attack that you have something against them. My name is Nyaka Lolepoto. This is the channel called The Contributors. This particular playlist, when you get onto the channel, is called Business and Arts. We teach people, hustlers, and I'm going to include hustlers now, and musicians and upcoming artists and in any other form, how to make money out of their own talent. Let's meet again next week. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, and also hit the notification bell so that you're the first one to know when the next video comes out. I'm out.